All opinions here expressed does not reflect Emerald's venture fund and is not an inducement for a specific financial advice, and always do your own research. Any opinion expressed by anyone who is a speaker or a moderator in this room does not reflect any financial decisions, and always do your own research. All right, Joe, take it away, buddy. I want to ask you the first question. Who are you? What do you do? And just start with that. All right, go ahead.
Yeah. Sounds good. I'll give you a little bit of background on myself, and then we'll talk about the project. I've been involved in all three levels of the web. So Web 1.0, back in the 90s, I was writing web pages, building computers, early days of the internet. Loved the technology back then. Phase two, a lot of the blogs and the social media stuff, I kind of stepped away, but I was still involved from, the technology of just enjoying what was going on. But I focused on real estate and kind of built a lot of my wealth in real estate. But when I got to, the crypto space, I realized this is exactly what I've been looking for, right? So it's finance, it's technology, it's disruptive. So it's just been a light bulb experience for me. And that kind of got me to where I am now, which is launching the FlappyDoge project with about 15 of our closest friends from my side. And, we all have experience in crypto. We've all done, projects before, but this is the culmination of the team. And we've got a large team, an experienced team, and that's what we're doing. So that's kind of my background.
Perfect.
We're looking forward to.
All right. So explain to us a little bit about FlappyDoge. What is it? How? You know what? Let's start like this. How did you launch? How did you get this 10 million? So that's the question that everyone's asking. Like, how did you get such a successful launch? Because usually what happens is, I'm pretty sure that you know it as well. The moment that something launches, it doesn't matter what coin, it goes up. Yeah. Then it just declines. Just boom, crashes, new all-time lows. Go ahead.
Yeah, and obviously we've all been in those type of projects, and I think one of my main goals with this project was to avoid that exact scenario. So what we've done is we've built organic growth from the beginning. So growing our Telegram, growing our marketing presence, all of that's done, at least on the short term, organically. So there's no fake users, there's no bots, there's no, it's all actual people in our project. And from that, we've leveraged our team's experience to actually use proven marketers, proven call channels, proven Twitter and YouTube influencers, so that a lot of people, when they start out with crypto, they get taught a bad lesson, which is the amount of scammers that are out there. So from our team and having a larger group, we've been able to weed through all of that scam stuff. So we, up to this point, which we launched a week ago, we really haven't spent much on marketing at all, which is the opposite of what happens in the projects you're just referencing. They blow out their marketing budget. They spend, 80% on scam sites. They don't actually build real users. They don't have anybody there. So you launch, you have a big blow up at launch. It goes great. And then it just fades over time, and sometimes quickly, it fades. So that's kind of what we did. We built a strong team, a strong base, strong investors, and we've been in a soft market here since we launched a week ago, and we've pretty much maintained our price. I mean, we're up, I think, 5 or 6x from when we launched, and we've maintained. So that's kind of the background.
Oh, that is very true. I mean, we are currently experiencing, I don't want to call it a bear market, but we could call it some consolidation. Prices are crashing, and your price has maintained the 5 to 6 million market cap recently, which is, like you said, is a 6x. A bit of a backstory. How I got introduced with FlappyDoge is from a friend. And he came on this podcast roughly, the first time he came on was 2 months ago, which was Majid, the owner of Taboo, 5 million market cap, just like yourself, ended up becoming 700 million, which is a 70x, moments later. I want to know, what's your relationship between all these other companies, all these other team members? Because I can see them in the Telegram chat that they're always talking and etc.
Right. Well, privately, there's there's stories, and publicly there's stories, and I obviously try not to talk too much about some of our relationships, but when I talk about the team, we've got a large group of 15, upwards of 20 experienced people, and I'm an investor in Taboo specifically, and I know Majid, and he's been an advisor for us and a valuable part of the group. But not just Majid. I mean, there's 5 other people that are at his level in our team, not to mention the 10 others that have other projects going on. So that's the thing is we have an experienced group, and we don't have to learn the hard way, which that's what a lot of these earlier projects that fail, they're learning on the fly. So we've skipped all of that. We don't have to learn. We can just get it done. So that's what we're doing. We're confident in the project and what we've got from a vision, and I love Majid's project, and he's been a valuable resource for us for sure.
Excellent. All right, talk to us more about FlappyDoge. What are you building?
Yeah, so we've got a couple phases of what we're building here. When we did the launch, we set up a set of NFTs, and our theory on the NFTs was that early investors and users will have an actual thing that they can hold on to that will bring them value later in the game. So if they buy the NFT, we would give them pre-sale tokens, and we gave everybody the chance to do that. It was open to the public. This wasn't some private thing. Anybody could buy an NFT, and that would reserve them pre-sale allocation of tokens. So with that NFT, they're going to be able to get early gameplay access, beta versions, skins. That NFT will potentially be their actual player for the game. So one thing we announced this week is a deal with Narsun Studios, which is a game developer in Pakistan that's a proven resource. They've worked with the NBA and the NFL. They're working on some other games. Doge Dash is one of those games, and we've got a couple people from that team as advisors in our group. So we've gone with proven marketers, proven team members, proven game developers. It's all been announced on our side and their side. It is like all really mad, honestly, because they present themselves as a good partner and all this stuff, but then they try and tank your token. So just a heads up.
Yeah, that sucks. Thank you for the experience. I mean, I'm pretty sure some of our audience might want to build some tokens, and if they are going for pink cell, they just need to be careful that, as you said, pink cell might just dump on them, and it might. And the problem is, when it did dump, I was there. I was looking at charts because I was waiting for my tokens to come into my wallet, right? And then I was on a phone call, and I was like, "Yo, why is this shit tanking? Did I just got rug pulled? Dude, I was about to be on. Listen. Let me. What happened to me on your Telegram is that I'm actually banned for 2 months because I was fudding the fuck out of it. I was like, "Yo, what just happened?" And then your robot just was it Rose robot? It just muted me or banned me, whatever. So I'm like, "Dude, what the hell's going on here?" But luckily, I messaged one of your moderators, and I was like, "Yo, listen, I got upset." No, but I'm glad that you said that, because now it's like a learning curve for anyone who does get into Pinky. Probably might wait for Pinky to sell, and then they could buy, because I think it's a lot better like that if you take that strategy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that's true. And part of the other thing, we when we launched, we intentionally launched at a lower market cap. So we were trying to stay as low as we could, which helps our initial investors. It helps the people that get into our token pre-sale. But it also looks better for us long term, right? Because you have these other projects that just think, oh, well, we'll launch at whatever market cap. They don't put any analysis or thought into it. And if you launch at a $5 million market cap, if you get to 10 million, it's only 2x. That's not very flashy. That doesn't really get any headlines. Nobody really cares. I mean, 2x, what's that, right? So we launched at 600K first day we got up to 6 million. So it's a 10x the first day. So we put all that analysis in, and that's what I'm saying. That's the difference between just someone who's launching a token and doesn't know the impact of, the liquidity and the market cap and all that stuff. And so we took full advantage of that. And so, when we get to 60 million, which we're hoping to be there sometime in the next, couple months or so, not to, put any dates out there or anything, but we're driving for a long-term project here and long-term growth. And, if you get to 60 million, that's 100x from where we started, which is huge. That's huge in this space.
That is very huge. That's not even out of the ordinary. I mean, as long as you deliver on your promises. I mean, something that from one of my past podcasts, and it's stuck in my head, is always under promise, overachieve. And when I looked at your website, you guys said that you're going to be announcing your trailer around, I don't know, like February, and you're already wanting to announce it in January, which is great because you're already overachieving your timelines and your expectations for the community, so that they're not even disappointed. They're like, dude, I wasn't prepared for this. You told me in 2 months. You told me in 2 months. My pay slip's coming in 2 months.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want somebody to necessarily overpromise and underdeliver. I don't necessarily want somebody to underpromise and overdeliver. I'd rather just have the facts, right? So that's what we're trying to do with our community, is be as straightforward as we can about delivery dates and that kind of stuff. But yeah, we signed the deal. The fundraising went early, and so we were able to sign the deal early, which could bring in that delivery date for the trailer. So and we're transparent with everyone about that, and that's what we're doing.
All right, great. One question. Is your game Flappy Birds, or, I mean, it does say FlappyDoge. I mean, there's already a FlappyDoge on the Google store. I just want to know if there's a correlation between you guys.
No, there's not. But, everybody you talk to is like, yeah, I'm familiar with that. It already has a familiar name and face to it. So we're kind of taking a little bit of homage to that, but we're also, it kind of gives somebody a little warm and fuzzy because, they were enjoying that game 10 years ago or so. And it's funny, I was talking to one of the CEOs of one of our favorite projects, which I won't name, but either way, he was telling me all about how he used to play Flappy Birds, and it was one of his favorite games. And, he's super looking forward to our project. And so it just builds a little bit of momentum that's already there, and we could just leverage that. And obviously all the Doge things are kind of hot right now. I mean, it's a little bit overwhelming with the amount of projects that are out there from a Doge perspective. But this one's actually a game. It's not a meme coin or a shit coin. That's not what we're after.
No, that is very correct. I mean, I think you marketed at the right time, especially when Tesla announced the Doge, and now everyone's talking about Doge. The good thing about your tokenomics, because I am an analyst, is that you don't have shit coin economics. You're not unlimited market cap. You're actually building real value, which is good on your side, but with a meme name, because that's the only way people are going to understand is through meme names these days.
Yeah, and the website's got amazing graphics, and our graphic design team is great, and so that's what we wanted. There's a lot of these meme and shit coins that have like kind of shitty graphics, and just like they might have like a decent web page, but we went with a strong developer, and we're super happy with them. And that's the same with Narsun. I mean, they're one of the leaders in the game development space. So that's what we want. We want proven people that deliver. We don't want to, have people that are going to bail on us and that kind of stuff.
Excellent. You mentioned at the beginning of this podcast that you're going to events. One in Saudi, one in San Francisco, or is it California? I don't know which one was it.
Yeah, I will personally be at the San Francisco one. We've got some space there, and that's the Game Developers Conference, and that's in March. So we will be there. There's a ton of eyes on that space. I think it's going to be really helpful for us. We look forward to it. A lot of this space is networking too. So that's how a lot of us met each other, is through networking, through a similar project. that we were all very large holders in. And we just got to know each other through that, and just grew from there. So that's what it's all about. It's all about networking and building a solid team. And so we look forward to that Game Developers Conference just to build more relationships. And I mean, the amount of investors that are going to be out there, the amount of game, it's going to be just an amazing opportunity. So.
Exactly. Because what I remember was Crypto Dubai, which was roughly 2 months ago. I knew about Doge Dash when it was a 1 million market cap. I told my own audience here that, guys, go and get this shitcoin. At the time, it was it's still a shitcoin in my opinion, but it's a shitcoin that made you a lot of money. So it doesn't really matter. So that reached, after that Dubai conference, I think on the same day it reached 17 million. So it hit 69 million in one day. And that was just after. So when I'm thinking about you going, well, I don't think you're going to Saudi, but you are going to the San Francisco. Is someone else going to the Saudi one?
I think the Narsan guys are going to both. I know they are. We're still in negotiations with our team on who can make it over to the Saudi one. But there's a lot going on right now with the COVID resurgence stuff. So you kind of just don't know. But I know I'll be able to get to the San Francisco one. If I can get to the Saudi one, I'll do it. But I'm not sure if we'll be able to travel.
All right. That does make sense. Yeah, it sucks. It sucks for the crypto industry, especially when you want to network. But at the same time, if you do manage to go, hopefully you see yourself getting that 1 day 70 million like Doge Dash overnight blow up, etc. Yeah. It's going to be cool.
Yeah, that was super beneficial for them, and that was a timing thing, from their perspective. But we'll be in a good spot. I hope we'll be at a 10 to 50 multiple by then anyway. So we'll see what that will do for us from there.
All right, Joe. Because it's already been 25 minutes, I want to ask you some personal questions about your investments, like I always do. Are you a Bitcoin believer or multi-coin opportunist?
I actually think Bitcoin is kind of played out personally. I think a lot of the emerging tokens are kind of where things are going to go. I've got some Ethereum myself, but I don't own a single ounce of Bitcoin, but I own a decent amount of Ethereum. And then I try not to go, I learned my lesson with the shitcoins. I don't really go down that path. I go with kind of proven tokens. And I think a lot of the relationships that I've built in the last 6 months to a year has led to a lot of good actual projects. So I like to do my research on the projects, and that's what I recommend people do, is do your research on the project. Don't get caught up in these shit coins and meme coins. So that's my thought.
Excellent. Second question, what's your predictions for Bitcoin? Well, for the end of the year, there's only like a week left, so you better be precise about this one.
See, the thing is, man, I'm honestly so heads down in this project. I don't even give a shit about Bitcoin at all. But I do pay attention to the overall global economy. And I think there's a lot of things going on from the inflation is just running rampant. There's a lot of weird stuff out there personally. So like I mentioned earlier, real estate's one of my largest investment in my portfolio, and I'm actually selling my real estate portfolio now because what we're getting for real estate is just astronomical. So I'm like, you know what? There might be something coming from the economy perspective. We can't run on like 10% inflation forever. This is just crazy. So I don't know what's going to happen out there. But that being said, I think Bitcoin is an inflation hedge, right? So there could be another run up. And whenever you see like the U.S. government or the EU, like actually, injecting cash into their economies, you see Bitcoin actually do the reverse, right? So if you're printing money, you see Bitcoin actually adding value. So if there's another liquidity event in the U.S. or in the EU, Bitcoin could go, another 2x from here. So that's kind of my thought. Take it for what it is.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Joe. Thank you very much. Thank you for coming on board. Joe, if there's any last words, how can people find you? How can people get in touch with you? Where can people get FlappyDoge? Where can they do their research, etc.?
Well, here's what I always tell people. So people reach out to us all the time about, how do we get into this or how do we get into that? every link we have, and I recommend this for any coin you're going to invest in, go to the actual website. So www.flappydoge.org is our website. Go there. You can find our Telegram, Twitter, all our different social media sites are on there. I always recommend people go to the actual site because there are scam sites, there are duplicate sites, there are scam telegrams. It's crazy. So check out our website. You can go to our Telegram. You can find me through there. There's instructions on how to buy through Pancake Swap. And if you need any help, I'm in Telegram pretty much all the time. And then we've got a large team of admins and mods, and our CMO, Xander's in there a lot. So if you need us or you want to partner with us or, invest, let us know. We're in there, and we'd be happy to talk with you guys.
Cheers. Thank you very much, Joe. Have a great day.
Awesome.
All right. Take care now.
All right,
Thank
buddy.
you very much.
Thanks, man.
Thank
All
you.
right, take care.
Bye.